A month ago, I started a challenge to reach 5K MRR by the end of September. So I started this at the beginning of March. We are now the end of March. So what happened? I'm gonna tell you everything in this video. For the context, if you're new, I'm Borombo. I'm a mobile app developer since 10 years and I'm focusing on this challenge to reach 5K MRR by the end of September with my apps. So a little bit of context on the challenge. That's a 6-month challenge when I'm trying to reach 5K MRR, monthly recurring revenue, with my apps. So I have a lot of apps, 7 apps, but I'm only focusing on 2 of them, Auro and Dreamer. So Auro is an app that allows you to transform your voice note into smart summaries or like smart output, and Dreamer is a dream interpretation app, so that helps you interpret your dream and learn more about yourself. Small parenthesis, I made a video to explain why I'm focusing only on those 2 apps and how you can steal my pattern to also prioritize the project that you have to work on. So let's get back on track. I was focusing on those 2 apps and mainly Auro. So my goal was to focus on marketing because I'm a builder. That's easy to just focus on building, developing features and etc. and never do marketing and never make money. I already did this mistake. Not again. So my goal was to focus on marketing, and this is what I started to do at the beginning of the month. So if you check the first video, I said that I've made some small changes on ASO, so App Store optimization, everything about the title, description, etc. And the next few days, I got a spike in terms of revenue. I made $160 in revenue in 24 hours, which is like the biggest I've made in that small amount of time with my apps. So my plan was like, okay, let's continue to focus on marketing. But then what happened? My plan with marketing was to kind of like experiment a lot with different ways of doing marketing. All my apps are not in the same category, so they does not require the same type of marketing. For Auro, for example, to focus on ASA, so App Store ads. Why? Because as I said in the first video, it's been a year plus that Auro is bringing me money without me doing anything, like nothing, which means that this app is ranking on some keywords. People do some search on those keywords, find my app, download it, and some end up paying without me doing anything. I was thinking, okay, if I could double down on those keywords, then more people will see it and more people will download the app and more people will convert, which means more money. That's the plan. But then I kind of realized something is that for all the apps, you have a funnel, and this does not just work with apps. This works with everything. You have a funnel. The top of the funnel is the people who are like aware of your product, who see your product, and the bottom of your funnel will be people actually use your app or like pay for your app. So in between the top and the bottom of the funnel for an app, for example, this will be people like seeing your apps in the search on the App Store, clicking on it to see like the detail page, download your app, they open your app, they go through your onboarding, fully they see your paywall, and finally, if you're lucky, they pay for it. So that would be like kind of like 7 steps, and I have like simplified the whole process. I would like to run like App Store ads. I updated like the keywords and stuff. The next step was like updating the screenshot, but I kind of realized that this was pretty high in the funnel. This will be like the App Store page. Even if I have more people there, they will download the app, go through the app, the onboarding, and etc. And actually my app was in a stage that is not that good. As I said, it's been years that I did not touch it. So the onboarding was pretty bad. The onboarding was pretty bad. The UX was like outdated. Like the tech was also kind of like a little bit outdated. So the app was a little bit slow, a little bit buggy. So that was not in the best shape. And I'm not even talking about like the paywall because it was almost not even visible for the users. This is a good and a bad thing. Like the good thing, it means that even with an app like this, I could make money, which means that if I improve the app, I should make more money. The bad thing is that, okay, I will not throw money to have more people to see my app to go through this. So my plan was like, okay, let's actually work from the bottom of the funnel, which is the app, and go up. I decided to take a few weeks to fully rework my app. And disclaimer here, I took this decision only because I can use AI to do this. If I did not have AI, this will be some work that will have taken me like a month to do. So the reason I decided to do this is because I knew I could do it like way faster in like a few weeks. And then I could clearly focus on marketing, knowing that the product is solid enough to be able to like convert people. I'm not gonna go too deep into what I've done. I did not just replace like the UI. Like, of course, I did a full UI rebranding, everything about like the UI, the colors, the font, and etc. I also reworked on a new onboarding flow that is like more coherent with the app. I reworked the whole data layer that was kind of like old and broken. A lot of things. Like, I did not just do that randomly. I had like a whole process. Like, I did a whole like analysis of the market, the competitors, like the design, what they use, their onboarding, etc. I will most likely make a video just on this topic, on like how I decided to do what I've done in terms of product based on the market. So if you're interested about that, let me know in the comments. The cool part with that is that I told you I'm focusing on 2 apps and I could do this for the 2 of them. So of course I focused on Auro because this is the one driving the revenue, but at the same time I was doing the same work on Dreamer. Enough talking about like what I've done, etc, etc. As you know, at the beginning of the month, a little bit of ASO, the rest of the month was kind of like building and product. So what about the numbers? That's the end of the first month, so I'm going to share with you the numbers with the graphs. In terms of MRR, monthly recurring revenue, at the beginning of the month, I was at $133 MRR. So in my first video, I think I said something like 140 something. Is because I made the video on March 5th, I think, and in between the 1st and the 5th I got other subscription before, so this is why it bumped a little bit. But right now, as the day of today, March 29th, I am at 164 MRR. So that's a small increase, but that's normal because most of my subscriptions are like annual. So then it's kind of like cut and monthalized, and so that's small numbers. But that's good. I'm happy because if you look at the graph, it's been a long time that I did not reach that amount in terms of MRR. Now, in terms of revenue for March so far, because we still have 2 days, I might just get a new subscription tomorrow. We don't know. I got $320 in revenue. In comparison, in February, I got $52 in revenue. So that's a huge bump. But as I said, like on average, I would get between 100, 200 in revenue per month. So February was particularly a bad month and March was particularly a good month. So if you see in the graph, this is still my biggest month in terms of revenue since the beginning of the year. Still like an increase like in MRR and revenue. So that's good. It means that I'm on the right path and it's going the right way. So we'll see how it goes next month. What's my plan for April? That's pretty simple. I will release the new version of Auro, which is in review right now at Apple. Maybe by the time I publish this video, it will already be approved, so you could go check it out. Release Auro, finish the same work on Dreamer, release the new version of Dreamer, and focusing on marketing. For Auro, there will be App Store ads, and for Dreamer, I will tell you that in the next video. If you're interested about like the outcome of all of this, please consider subscribing to the channel. I hope you could learn something from this video. I'm learning all of that myself and making experiments, and let me know in the comments the kind of things you would like to know or the kind of video you would like me to make about like my apps and my process, etc. That's it for today and that's it for this month. I see you soon for another video, and until then, peace.